Now that you are in a deep trance, I want you to imagine something. Imagine that you are walking up a hiking trail on a cool summer day. There aren't any clouds in the sky, but the thick canopy of the surrounding forest nicely tempers the heat. Just let yourself get drawn into this world in much the same way that one gets drawn into a book as you enjoy the gentle warmth of the sun, hear the birds chirping in the trees, and see the vibrant and colorful plants that occupy this forest. The reason for this hike is an interest in a particular cave that is said to be home to a dragon, and is located not far off of this trail. Or at least that's what they said in the ancient manuscripts that you've dedicated the last few years of your life to. You think back to how all of your friends laughed at you for believing that dragons ever existed, and that one even still lives today. However, you haven't let them get you down, and can't help but get excited at the thought of what you might find. Suddenly, you stop in your tracks, having realized that you haven't heard or seen any birds or animals in a while, a dangerous tension seeming to hang in the air. You examine your surroundings, and notice a rain trail that should take you to the cave, the rain being the only thing that dares go near it. You don't have to follow this new trail for long before you find yourself standing at the mouth of a massive cave. Before, the area felt dangerous and unsafe, but now the cave seems to be drawing you in, and almost looks inviting. You take your first steps into the cave, and fall over as a loud rumble shakes the ground, leaving you laying disoriented on the cold stone floor as a landslide rushes past the cave. It fills up the mouth of the cave, not fully blocking it as to cut off air, but more than enough to make leaving it a daunting task. Not sure what else to do, you walk deeper into the cave, hoping to finally see a dragon before you have to attempt to leave this place. As you continue into the cave, the light gradually fades. Before long, you are blinded, left with nothing but the cold feeling of rock and the echoing of steps. You could easily spend the rest of your life down here, never finding the exit, but you are destined for far more than that. The same feeling that seemed to invite you into the cave takes your hand as it guides you through the cave. You don't understand what it is, but you can't help but trust it. It feels soothing and calming, and it is the only guide you have as you descend deep into the bowels of the earth, going so deep that you can even feel its heat. Eventually you see an orange glow in the distance, and the feeling stops guiding you, and starts to pull you towards it. It no longer feels calming and soothing, but ancient and powerful, its illusion no longer needed. However, it need not force you, for its power intrigues you, and you wonder if it is the power of a dragon. Perhaps it is leading you to your doom, or maybe it's curious what you are, it matters not to you. You have no hope of finding your way back, and being able to see such a majestic beast might just be enough to make it worth it. As you approach the glow, you see that it is emanating from an orange-red crystal. It's about the size of your hand, simply floating in front of you. It's semi-transparent, allowing you to see flames bursting and burning within it. You reach your hand out to touch it, and feel the force becoming stronger and stronger the closer you get to it. You're just about to touch it when the force takes control of your hand, shattering the crystal as eternal fire floods your body, and you black out. When you awaken, the cave is lit by brilliant fire that lights up every corner of it. While the darkness concealed it before, you can now see heaps of gold and jewels as tall as mountains. Upon seeing them, you feel something stirring within you as the arm and hand that the crystal was shattered with turns grey. For a moment you worry that you've hurt it, but this fear goes away instantly as you feel a powerful energy awakening within it. This power quite literally goes to your head as you feel horns forming on your head and your ears stretching backwards, small spines becoming visible in them. This power is nothing like anything that you have felt before, and you rather like it as it pours from your arm, turning the rest of you grey as the spines in your ears become longer and your horns sharper. However, this is nothing compared to the feeling of the power within your arm and hand which have turned as black as night. It feels like the very force that brought you here is coursing through them as the ancient power changes them, replacing skin with scales and turning fingers to claws. Your scales are very warm, so much so that the hair on them burnt off the instant the scales formed. But you don't mind this, it just makes you feel even more powerful. You run your human hand along them, feeling the smooth scales and your sharp claws. It takes you no time at all to recognize these for what they are, the scales and claws of a dragon. You aren't sure what will happen next, but you aren't scared. You are becoming something far greater than yourself, and you love it. You just bask in the feeling of draconic power that rushes through you as your remaining skin is turned to smooth black scales, your new organs mixing your breath with fire and your muscles allowing you to destroy castles with a single blow. It is this same power that makes a long scaly tail burst from the base of your spine and leathery wings surge forth from your back. Your horns are long and as sharp as swords, and the skin on your draconic ears have turned to a transparent webbing, allowing you to hear the quietest drop of water several chambers away. These ears make protecting your hoard from intruders much easier, just like your new sharp teeth will help you easily crush their bones. While the skin on the front of your torso and neck, as well as on your face below your mouth, has turned to scales, they stay gray instead of turning black. However, this does not mean that they are any weaker than the rest of you. In fact, you feel draconic power building up within them. It's so strong and powerful that it almost shatters your mind as a strength that no human was meant to have builds up within you. And with a mighty roar of fire and flame you remind the world of what it has forgotten, shaking the cave that is your home and melting some of the gold near you. In this instant, you know that you are complete, as the spirit of the dragon stops changing you and coils around your soul. For a brief moment you feel the dragon's greed and pride as you lose yourself to it. The look that crosses your face is terrifying and proud. Then you regain control and your sense of self a moment later. You can sense the knowledge of spells and curses within your mind as the dragon grants its vessel new knowledge. It could easily control you and wipe your mind away, but it has no need to. You're addicted to its power and knowledge, and the world will come to learn this the hard way. You walk over to some of the melted gold and scoop it up, enjoying the pleasant heat of the molten metal as it drips between your claws. As you come down from the high brought on by the transformation, you think about your new reality and chuckle to yourself. Magic is far more powerful than any technology could ever be, the enchantments that could keep a nuke from even scratching you being an easy testament to this. Feeling a bit tired from the transformation and possession, you fly to the top of your tallest mountain of treasure and lay down on it to rest. They melt slightly under the heat of your scales, making them conform to your shape slightly as if they were a mattress. Feeling comfortable and relaxed you decide to take a nap, just for a few years or so, as you think about how much better things are. You now understand dragons very well, and the only thing that could ever have the potential to harm you no longer believes in the magic that would be required to do so. Best of all, you aren't stuck in that crystal anymore, and the human that entered your cave seems like they will be a wonderful host. You didn't even have to destroy their mind. The only downside is that your body isn't fully that of a dragon, but that might change one day. You smile with this thought in your head as you go to sleep, enjoying the feeling of the dragon spirit coiled around your soul. Now, as your mind sleeps, let it know that each effect of this hypnosis file will become inactive if that effect is a risk to your physical body or your well-being, if it is a risk to your social or professional life, if there is an emergency that it would prevent you from dealing with to the best of your abilities, or if it is a risk to your mental health. Also, any effect of this hypnosis file that was an issue will become active again once it no longer will be one. Additionally, you will never find this hypnosis file or the effects of it to be even slightly addicting. Now you have been transformed into a half-dragon, and are ready to take on the world. I wonder how long your sleep will last. Maybe it will seem like mere seconds go by before the world feels your greed, or maybe you will feel the full length of the years as you explore the seemingly endless memories of your life as a dragon. However, that does not matter right now. What matters is that soon my voice will end, and you will have a choice. You can let your real body go to sleep, staying in this world until it wakes, or you can wake up now. The choice is yours, my draconic friend.